All rise.
Sports Court is in session.
Sports Court, sponsored by the Grand Rapids Gold.
This week we're talking all sports. Baseball, basketball, softball, college, pro. Who is the greatest head coach in the history of this state? This is my final Sports Court as a member of this court. So that would mean I get to take off my journalism hat. I'm gonna tell you guys straight up that Tom Izzo is the greatest coach in the history of this state. My man's knocking on 700 career wins. He did it all at one school. He's got 8 Final Fours, hasn't missed an NCAA tournament since I believe 1999, somewhere in that area. He's been to 23 straight NCAA tournaments. You can check me on that math. All I know is Tom Izzo's a local champ in the Big Ten, a national champ on the biggest stage. He's the greatest coach in the history of this state.
Jamal, you know I love Tom Izzo, but he's only got 1 national championship. You know who has 3 titles? Scotty Bowman, the legendary Red Wings head coach. He was only there for 9 short seasons, but you can say he's the guy who turned the Red Wings into a winner again, leading them to the first Stanley Cup victory in 42 years, and that he was the foundation for Detroit going to 25 straight playoff appearances in the NHL. What he did in his short 9-year stint in Detroit was unbelievable. 3 Stanley Cups. He won another in the front office with Detroit. He's got the most wins of all time, most Stanley Cups of all time. He might be the greatest coach of all time, and the fact that he was in this great state of Michigan for a short stint was unbelievable.
I got a lot of love for Scotty Bowman. The Red Wings were must-see TV, but he had a Hall of Fame career before he ever came to the state of Michigan. He was an all-time great. So kudos to him for winning those cups with the Red Wings for sure. But what Tom Izzo has done, a guy who grew up in the UP, a guy who was an assistant coach for Michigan State under Judd Heathcote, a guy who wanted nothing more than to be the head coach at Michigan State University. He's a Michigander through and through. And what he's done, making the Michigan State Spartans synonymous with success in March Madness. If you take off your fan glasses, even if you're a fan of blue, you're a fan of green, if you can just look at this objectively, what Tom Izzo has done is nothing short of miraculous at Michigan State University. Tom Izzo's the best this state's ever seen.
He's got 1 national title. You could ask Tom Izzo yourself. He wouldn't tell you that because he's only got 1. And it's all about winning. He hasn't done that to the extent that he wants to do it at. I think he's one of the greatest basketball coaches of all time. I can't give him that honor. But, I got to give some love to Tony Annese, Fair State head coach, winning 2 national championships for the Bulldogs, winning 3 at Muskegon. And then you got to give some love to Dan Campbell, honestly. If he, I don't want to say that S word, that Super Bowl word, but if he wins the Super Bowl for the Lions, I think this is not even a question anymore.
Big if. If he wins a playoff game, Dan Campbell's one of the top 3 coaches in the history of this state. That's how much he would be loved for sure. What do you have to say? Let us know on our Facebook post. Last week, we asked if the Big Ten got it right with Harbaugh's suspension.
And would you look at that? Looks like Ohio State scored this weekend. And speaking of the Buckeyes, Eric said the NCAA said there was no evidence to connect Harbaugh or any other coach to Stallions. The only reason he was suspended was because Ryan Day and Ohio State kept pushing the issue.
That's a conspiracy theory if I've ever heard one. Neil wanted to go even further. All wins should be invalidated and U of M should not be bowl eligible.
Tom was one of the yes votes. They clearly have more than enough evidence of major wrongdoing in his program, and rather than cooperate, he denied, deflected, and defended. If that's not the definition of very poor sportsmanship, I don't know what would be.
Strong opinions on a very hot button issue.
Before we continue there, Jamal, we have a couple more comments. These are ones from some of us who have worked closely with you over the years, like Nate. I'll never forget the first time we met face to face in the middle of pure breaking news chaos in the field. Thanks for welcoming me to WZZM with open arms and always being a friend I can count on. As you return to Detroit, please bring back April in the D with you. And Matt said, you're more than just the amazing sports director everyone sees on TV for our newsroom. You're a leader, an advocate, a therapist, and above all, a friend. We're going to miss you so much, but we are so proud of you. Good luck in the D. And of course, from this handsome guy right here named Mark, man, you know how I feel about you. Thanks for always being a straight shooter, standing up for what is right, and being the perfect mentor for me. I appreciate you giving me a chance in Grand Rapids. It means more than you will ever know. Good luck. You're going to be missed so much.
I gotta be honest, I was not expecting that last part. It has been my esteemed pleasure working with those people that issued those comments, including you, Mark. It's been a lot of fun watching you grow here in this community and take the reins and making this job your own. you're going to do great things here, and you're going to do great things in the future, man. I'm really rooting for you. It's been a long 9 years, but a great 9 years here at WZZM. I'm sorry to go, but at the same time, you know, Detroit being my hometown is just a natural fit for me to move back to the east side of the state. I'm going to miss a lot of things here, but most of all, I will miss you, our jury. And now I'm going to grab the gavel and close out Sports Court for my last time. So let's make it count. Sports Court is adjourned.